Right now we're in January and the lawn's absolutely covered in snow. There isn't too much I can do in terms of lawn maintenance, so I'm going to be turning my attention to something else, which is looking after the mower. So with the mower all set, let's get into some details. I'm going to be looking mainly at my petrol based mower, which is also a reel or cylinder mower. Now most of the things that I'm talking about for petrol mowers will also be relevant for petrol cylinder or rotary mowers, with the exception of the way to manage the blade. The first step I like to do is make sure the mower is completely powered down. Now for the electric type of mowers, sometimes you have a key which you can pull out as well as removing the battery. You absolutely don't want to have the mower starting up at any time whilst you're maintaining it, and do read the operator manual. Anything that you do is at your own risk. For this particular mower, I can make sure the power is off by using this isolator switch, which I can set to the off position. And I also like to remove the spark plug as well, which is situated at the back of the mower. Now I've powered off the mower, I know that it can't start, I'm safe and I'm ready to start working. The first thing that I'm going to do is look for any obvious signs of wear and tear on the lawnmower. Now this could be any damaged components. I'm going to check the engine chassis, any of the side pieces. You can actually remove this side piece off, check the mechanisms inside, checking the blade, I'm checking the rollers, and generally an overall check that all the fixtures and fittings aren't cracked, damaged, missing or loose. An overall health check of the mower to make sure everything looks like it's where it's supposed to be. The next thing I'm looking for is cleanliness. Now the grass box itself can come off, which you can clean down. You can clean down the internal mechanisms of the mower, and especially anywhere where there's hard grass that's dried on throughout the season, try to remove that. Hot soapy water or a brush is great for just removing any of the debris. I pay particular attention to anything around these engine intakes, because you don't want anything interfering with the performance of the engine in any way. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to be showing what my #1 tip is for maintaining the mower, and also I'm recording a mower video in the snow, so if that doesn't deserve some kudos, please give me a like for the video and consider subscribing to my channel. If you've got a petrol mower, it's advisable to drain the fuel out at the end of the season. Now, something that I didn't realise before I got my first petrol mower was that fuel can actually go off, especially if it's being stored like for long periods over the winter. Drain the fuel out of the machine, because it can cause some damage when you come to start the machine back up, and also you don't really want to be using anything that's stale or not performing in your expensive lawnmower. For this particular machine, I can check the fuel levels in here, and I've already drained the fuel on this machine. What I tend to do is, if I know that the fuel's running low towards the end of the season, on the last couple of cuts, run it down out of fuel, and then I know when I'm coming into winter, I've got nothing left in the tank. The next thing I'm looking at is the oil levels in the machine. For this unit, I can check the oil by removing this plug. I can see I've just changed the oil here, and I've got some fresh oil in the unit ready for next year. The next thing I'm going to be looking at is around the air filter. Now this particular machine has got the Lawncare 87cc wired up to it, and this is one of the older versions of the machines. The new machines use the Briggs & Stratton engine, so if yours doesn't look exactly the same as this, then you may have a newer model. But either way, whatever type of petrol mower you've got, the next thing we're looking at is changing the air filter. It's nice and easy to get to. Just thumb tighten these wing nuts. You can move the cover back, and you can see here's the air filter. I'm going to swap this out, fasten it back up, and we're on to the next job. One of the most important parts of any mower maintenance is maintaining the blade. Now, generally you'll find two different types of blades. One will be the blade that sits inside a cylinder mower, which is similar to this, or a reel mower. And on these type of mowers, I've actually got an exchangeable cassette system. Now, at the end of the seasons, you should be looking to see if your blade is still producing a good quality cut, because what you might find is the scissoring action of the blade against the bed knife can actually wear down over time, and it can reduce the quality of the cut that we're looking for from these type of machines. I'm going to show you what the cylinder looks like and some things to look out for your mower. So here we can see what a typical cassette would look like. This is one that I've been using this season, and it needs a little bit of work doing to it. I can see there are some almost burrs on the blade. They're a little bit dull. And I've also got some little marks along the bed knife at the bottom. Now there's two things that I can consider doing here. The first is backlapping this mower, which involves applying paste along the reel, and as it spins, the paste can grind down and reproduce that surface that we're looking for. This is good for intermittent top-up maintenance for the mower, but every so often you might also want to consider sending off the mower to get professionally sharpened. I'm going to get these two cassettes sent off to be professionally sharpened by a company in the UK called Steve's Mowers. I'll leave a link to Steve's shop in the description below, and Steve's agreed to process my couple of blades for this mower. So if you're interested in how they turn out, and also how I do some testing with regards to the sharpness of these blades, subscribe to my channel, turn the notifications on, and you'll see the video when it's finished. Link here.